this doesn't look like Down the Ridge with Dr. Patty. Well, full disclosure, I did a video for Down the Ridge with Dr. Patty today, and I just decided not to post it because I don't want to deal with the haters. Sometimes I have the energy to deal with the haters. It's Friday. I don't have the energy. I was talking about colonoscopies, mammograms, pap smears, all the things. I'll do a video on that, but I am not going to put the one out there that I did. So I thought I'd just tell you a story. When I was in my 20s, I was working in biotech, and I used to be done at work at like 4 o'clock. And then I lived just a few miles from the lab, and I would come home from work in my 20s, young, fit, and exhausted. And my job was not physically hard, by the way. Lab work is not physically hard. I would come home from work and I would lay on the couch and I would watch TV, and I would say, okay, once Oprah's over, I'll get up and I'll do something. And then Oprah would get over and I would be like, once Entertainment Tonight is over, or Inside Edition probably, and then I'll get up and I'll do something. And then I would say, once the news is over, I'll get up and do something. And that would just go on for every single hour until I was like, oh, I didn't eat dinner yet, and it's 9 o'clock, and I don't feel like microwaving anything. I was a freaking zombie in my 20s because I lived on 100% processed food. I mean, I think maybe I did eat those mini carrots, but other than that, everything I ate was prepackaged food, deplete of nutrients. So I remember thinking, because I mean, I had an education in science and biology. I remember thinking like, God, it's not normal. I don't think it's normal for a 24-year-old to be this tired. Self-diagnosed myself as anemic without checking anything. Decided I must be anemic. So I started taking iron supplements. And then I went to the doctor and I'm like, I think I might be anemic, which is so dumb because the treatment for anemia is iron supplementation, and I was already doing that. But anyway, they tested my blood and they're like, actually your iron's kind of high. And I'm like, oh, well, I have been supplementing. That's what 20-year-old does, 25-year-old, whatever I was. Anyway, and what it came down to, honestly, was I was just depleted of nutrients. Like I wasn't eating any nutrition. I was eating a lot of fortified foods, but I wasn't eating any nutrition. But you know what happened today? If that same 25-year-old went to the doctor and said, God, I come home from work and I just lay on the couch and I can't do anything. Oh, you must be depressed. Here's a highly addictive antidepressant to mess with, I almost said a bad word, to mess with your central nervous system and the way your brain and body works. Has a whole bunch of side effects, but you know, we won't look at food and the fact that you are malnourished from not eating food that actually contains nutrients in it. Fast forward several years, I meet my husband, I find my way to a natural health path, and not only do we start eating a whole foods diet, which means foods that come from nature, not from a factory, but we actually ate a vegan diet in the house for a while. And I've talked about that. I'm not a proponent of that, but it was a good detox for me after a life of rice-a-roni and Hamburger Helper and Lipton noodles and all the things that came in cans and boxes. But I remember like suddenly feeling better and better and better, and my allergies went away. And sometimes my husband's coworkers would make fun of him for, he'd bring his lunch and it would be this like beautiful plant-based meal, and they would be like, you like that? And he's like, yeah, I like it and I feel amazing. We do not eat a vegan diet now, and again, I'm not a proponent of it, but it was a good detox for us. But the more important thing was that we started eating foods that actually had nutrients in them, and then our bodies started working the way that they were designed to work. So the moral of the story is eat a whole foods anti-inflammatory diet. How can you get started? So this is a question that we get a lot because people know that their diet sucks. They don't know how to cook, and they don't know what to eat or how to eat it. I will often refer people to the Whole30 diet, which is WHOLE30.com, because it's pretty laid out for you. It gives you, you don't have to pay for anything. She does have resources that you can buy. There's a cookbook and that sort of thing. But it's whole foods for 30 days where you eliminate 5 groups of food to reduce the inflammation in your body. And then you can reintroduce those foods if you want to after the 30 days. So the 5 groups of foods are dairy, believe it or not. It does allow for a little bit of butter, and I think it allows for a little bit of cream in your coffee, but the more you stick to the parameters, the better results you're gonna get. So dairy. No dairy, no grains. So that's no bread, no pasta, no muffins, no bagels, no rice, no quinoa, okay? No sugar or artificial sugar. So sugar, of course, is fuel for inflammation, but artificial sugar messes with your blood sugar, which messes with your metabolism and your inflammation. So those foods are eliminated. Alcohol, sorry, and I'm forgetting one. Dairy, sugar, grains, alcohol, oh, legumes. I'm not as sold on the whole legume thing, but I understand the rationale behind it. Legumes are things like beans and chickpeas, so hummus, that sort of stuff. Some people get some inflammation from those foods, so they're left out. It's fine. It's 30 days. You can live 30 days without hummus. And then the other thing that the Whole30 diet does allow for is white potatoes. And I would actually try to encourage you to just steer away from white potatoes and to focus more on like sweet potatoes, winter squash, that sort of cauliflower, that sort of thing. And then if you could take it to another level, this is not part of the program, I would also eliminate the seed oils because those are really inflammatory. And I imagine if she hasn't done it already, at some point she's going to eliminate seed oils from the Whole30 diet because of the massive amount of inflammation from corn oil, soybean oil, vegetable oil, safflower oil, and oh my God, canola oil. So eating those from those groups of foods for 30 days can really help to reduce the inflammation in your body. And clients consistently tell me that they have made remarkable improvements in just those 30 days. We're almost at a new month, so it'd be a good time to do it. What else was I? Oh, so the other thing why I like to refer people to the Whole30 program is you can download a shopping list. If you're vegetarian, you can download the vegetarian shopping list. There are recipes. You can just go to the internet and search Whole30 chicken recipes, Whole30 broccoli recipes, whatever you want. The other thing is you can join, like I belong to a Whole30 Instant Pot recipe Facebook group. So I can just go into that group and search like whatever I want to cook in my Instant Pot, and it'll give me recipes like that are Whole30 compliant. So it is pretty easy to do. So the moral of the story is don't make videos that are going to trigger people on a Friday morning and decide not to post them. Eat whole foods, don't eat crap, okay? So this is my adjunct Down the Ridge with Dr. Patty. I'm Dr. Patty Barch, a traditional naturopath, founder and owner of Naturally Unbridled Wellness and naturallyunbridled.com, where we focus on wellness solutions, not disease management. And this is not medical advice. It is just for your entertainment. Listen to the people who are the boss of your body. Peace out, peeps.